Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers your specific questions on the program. Over the next 45 minutes, we will have top market experts guide you through your stock queries. In case you're here for the first time, the WhatsApp number is on your screens. Send me your questions here along with your name, your location and your contact details. We can give you an opportunity to speak live to our top market experts to also take a custom-made advice on yourselves and on the questions, of course, that you ask. You can also log on to our YouTube channel, go on to Business Today, go to the Daily Calls Live, use the comment section there to send me your questions and I'll be happy to address that with our top guests too. But let me quickly first look at how the markets are trending. 25,473, about 9 points lower in trade. As far as the markets are concerned at this point in time, you again have some of the sectors that are trending weak are FMCG, PSU banks, financial services, broader markets. Even the metals are losing some bit of their sheen. When it comes to the winners in terms of the sectors today, the pharma space, the IT space, these are the pockets that are higher, and even the auto pack is driving in up fast lane right now. On the Nifty, you have Tata Motors up by 6% as the top mover. Bharat Electronics, Max Healthcare, Adani Ports is among those stocks that are holding up in trade. But let's welcome now our guest on board who's joining in to answer your questions. Gaurav Sharma, Associate Vice President and Head of Research at Globe Capital, is now with us. Hi Gaurav, warm welcome, good to have you with us. Your sense on the market currently and how are you advising clients to really, deal with the market volatility? Every day we have one day market up, one day market down. So what does one really do in such a market?
Hi Sakshi, good afternoon to you and to all the viewers. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you.
So yes, it is a market that has a sense of indecisiveness. The broad range is still intact. We are of the opinion of a sell on rise kind of a market. We are not willing to take long positions as the moment as far as index is concerned. 25,600, 650 is a stiff resistance point where I suppose are placed around 25,200, 100 odd levels. So this is what we are expecting markets to do and to remain in a range. On the sector front, we are pretty much bullish on some of the pharma names. They are doing exceptionally good and outperforming the markets at the moment. PSU banks are still in the flare. We continue to be optimistic on that front. Some of the NBFC stocks are also gaining pace, and slight interest of buying is also visible in some of the private banking players as well. So it is at best one should be very much stock specific, hand down to the stocks and sectors that are performing. So and just stick around with them. No need to maneuver much.
Let's start taking some questions. We already have a lot of our viewers waiting by. So we'll take some questions and of course come back to a broader discussion on the markets in a bit. The question that we have first is from Mohit from Ludhiana. He says he has 50 shares of TCS at 3,166. He's been holding with a time frame of 3 years, but now wants to know what should be done amidst the recent AI disruption news flows that he's witnessing at this point.
Can you just once again name the stock?
TCS,
is it?
Yeah, bought at 3,166. It's down to about 2,654 right now. And with the AI disruption, he wants to know what should he do with the large cap like TCS now.
I think probably this is somewhat of $1 million type of a question at the moment, which whether it is funds, whether the PMS housing, large family houses, or the retail investors, I think this particular stock is present in everyone's portfolio via one or the other medium. Therefore, at large, we all are, some or the other way invested in the stock. Now, considering the current scenario and the situation, these are the times one should look at, the best of the best when they are beaten down too heavily. From when the stock was at 4,500, each and every one of the analysts and every one of us were pretty much bullish on the story and just willing to buy it, kahin miss na ho jaye, all those things. So when it is now available at 2,600, 2,000 rupees taken out in a very short span, just about 1.5 years or so, I think these are the times we should gradually accumulate this stock, keeping a view of a long-term view of at least 1.5 to 2 years, and we would see a reversal coming in and a good amount of money can be made out of these opportunities, because these stocks do not underperform the markets for a very longer time, and such opportunities generally do not come by very frequently.
Okay. Taking the next question, then we have this one again from our WhatsApp viewer. This is Sai from Hyderabad. Says, "Hi Sakshi, hi Sai, how are you?" The question he has is on Vedanta, and he wants to know what kind of a stop loss and target that he can place for Vedanta. And even Nalco from the metals pack, if you could share a target and a stop loss. So Sai has not named any time horizon, whether it's for the short term or medium term or long term. But if you look at the medium term charts, maybe that will help him for a target and a stop loss in these metal counters, Vedanta and Nalco.
So, firstly, both these stocks are very well placed among the better of the lot. They have a brighter future ahead. As far as stop loss for Vedanta is concerned, one should take it at a 640 from a medium term perspective, say at least 2 quarters. And as far as National Aluminum is concerned, firstly, I'm very, very much bullish on this stock. So no need to worry about the future and its prospects. Take a stop at 320. Hold on to your position. Any dip should be utilized to take a fresh entry. It is also available after a steep correction that we have seen from 420 plus levels to currently trading at 360. These are also good levels to add on to your position.
Okay, taking the next question then. This one is from Sahil from Kolkata. He wants to know about Nykaa and FSN e-commerce. Bought at 257, a 6 months view. Would you advise to stay on?
Absolutely, stick around, hold this position. More upside to come.
Okay, fair point. So you're in the good spot. Stay tuned and you will get higher prices. Ravi from Chennai asks us about KPR Mill. He's bought this stock at 1117. About 40 shares is what he has. A short-term view, however, is what he needs on KPR Mill from here, because the stock is in a downtrend and has fallen from his own purchase level of 1117.
Actually, it is better that the viewer get rid of the stock as quickly as possible. Rightly mentioned, it is in a downtrend. All recent attempts of recovery have failed. Lower lows is what I'm seeing, and what I'm expecting to continue as well. Therefore, it is better to exit at the moment.
Okay, fair point. Let me take another question. This one is from one of our viewers, Karthik from Hyderabad. Says, "I love this show. Thank you so much, Karthik, for your warm words." And he says it's very useful for him as well. I'm glad that this show is able to help you out, find the right guidance that you're looking at for your investments. And today, again, I'm sure that you will get the best advice from Gaurav here. Your question today, Karthik, is on ISMO. Bought at 894, sitting on a 10% loss, wants to know should he average or should he exit the stock. ISMO Limited. Currently, the stock is at 782 levels. I do know that the stock went up to about 12 or 1300 in September of 2025, but from that time it has not been able to achieve those highs. It's only been trending lower from that time as well. And if we look at the last 1 month, there's been some pickup for sure, 26% or so. But again, the last 5 days, it's also given up some gains. Any idea about ISMO?
We do not track this stock that closely, but I can give the viewer a brief idea
Sure,
after
sure.
looking at the charts. Fundamentally, this company looks just about okay. Auto and also auto ancillary segment is something we are really bullish at. We are optimistic on many of the auto ancillary companies for this particular year. Although ISMO do not fall in that list, but I think the viewer can still hold on to the position. It is just a matter of time. It is just pending around this range, and considering the consistency in its numbers, this stock will perform.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has helped you out. Next, we have a question from one of our viewers, Amit from Kolkata. He says, Sakshi ma'am, namaste, namaste. आपको भी Amit, कैसे हैं आप? Question इनका है Deepak Fertilizers पर. He wants to know from you, Gaurav, Deepak Fertilizer, is it a cyclical business, and how should I be really looking at what kind of an entry level that I should be looking at this point in time? Do you believe in the good fundamentals and technicals of this company as of now?
Yes, Deepak Fertilizer is kind of a cyclical stock. It is not something that keeps on moving up and up. As far as the results and valuations of the company are concerned, they are very, it is not at all at an expensive valuation. It is consistently performing. This quarter's numbers were not that impressive. It had a hit on the on its profits, and that led to the diminishing margins as well. But considering it, if you keep it for a 2 to 3 quarter kind of a move, you can expect 10-15 odd percent from the stock.
Okay. Let's take another question. This one is from Arun. ये लिखते हैं 1 लाख का मुझे इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है और मैं कैपिटल मार्केट स्टॉक्स में निवेश करना चाहता हूँ, जैसे BSE, CDSL या NSDL, तो क्या इनमें स्प्लिट करके अपना पैसा डाल दूँ?
ये एक अच्छी सोच है। पहले तो उन्होंने सेगमेंट अच्छा चुना है। कैपिटल मार्केट इज अ बूमिंग सेगमेंट। आने वाले 1-2 सालों में, बल्कि और लंबे समय तक ये अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगा कैपिटल मार्केट सेगमेंट। डिक्लाइनिंग इंटरेस्ट रेट्स खुद ही एक एडेड एडवांटेज हो जाते हैं इस सेगमेंट के लिए, विद वेरी लेसर अपॉर्चुनिटीज लेफ्ट टू द इन्वेस्टर्स एट देयर डिस्पोजल। तो जैसे वो बांट के निवेश करना चाहते हैं, तो बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज एक अच्छा ऑप्शन है। उसके साथ साथ मैं उन्हें सुझाव दूंगा AMC कंपनी, ऐसी कंपनी जो म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बिजनेस में है, समथिंग लाइक एन HDFC AMC, उसे कंसिडर कर ले। आई थिंक इन किटी पूरी हो जाएगी उनकी, एक्सचेंज भी आ जाएगा और दूसरा बिजनेस भी आ जाएगा, जिसके अंदर अगर एक ब्रोकर को और एड अप कर लेंगे तो ज्यादा एड ऑन पोजीशन हो जाएगी, समथिंग लाइक अ मोतीलाल ओसवाल। तो यू विल हैव द होलसम किटी ऑफ द कैपिटल मार्केट्स।
Okay, I hope this has also given you some understanding as to how to go forward with your investments in the capital market story, how to get that extra diversification as well. Okay, we have some YouTube viewers. Anuj Singh writing in, hi, good afternoon, Sakshi, good afternoon to you as well, Anuj. NetWeb Technologies का शेयर इनके पास है 1722 पर, 100 शेयर्स खरीदे हैं। 1 साल का क्या टारगेट होगा, ये आपसे जानना चाहते हैं। NetWeb Technologies bought at 1722.
Wow. Close to double is what the viewer is having at the moment. साल भर के हिसाब से और अच्छा लग रहा है। इमीडिएट टारगेट 4400 के तो नजर आ ही रहे हैं, और लंबे समय की अवधि के लिए होल्ड कर लेंगे तो आई थिंक उससे और ब्राइटर पोजीशन उन्हें मिल जाएगी। बेटर है होल्ड करें।
Fantastic. You can actually go on to hold on your profits. You may be getting an opportunity to even further, build on to profits from here on as well. About 4400 kind of levels can actually come in. Of course, once those levels are approaching, you can again dial in and ask a fresh view as well. Let's take another question. Next, हमारे पास question है. Okay. एक हमारे व्यूअर यूट्यूब पर भी आए हैं और व्हाट्सएप पर भी सेम क्वेश्चन भेजा है, तो आई जस्ट टेक दैट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम व्हाट्सएप इटसेल्फ। ये हैं मिस्टर रेड्डी फ्रॉम गुंटूर इन आंध्र प्रदेश। ही सेज, कैन आई बाय SBI गोल्ड ETF एट दिस प्राइस for the next 6 months? So, despite the gold and the silver run-up that we've already seen in the last 1.5 years, some cool off from the all-time high prices, and yet the volatility, still a lot of investors want to continue with their investments in gold. Would you advise that at this point in time, and via ETFs for the next 6 months, SBI gold ETF at the current levels, would you advise?
Yes, absolutely. Gold ETFs is a good choice here. So we have actually been recommending this gold as well as silver ETFs to our clients to start investing, make a sip out of it, and go for it. But the time frame is little brings up a question mark to me, because I'm really not confident whether he'll be able to make anything good out of the gold ETFs in the next 6 months or not. That's a question mark. If things turn around from the US, Iran front, certainly you would see a spike up buying in gold. But gold is something you should just buy and hold. It has proven in the past that this is a consistent performer. Whenever we start to think that gold is not performing, some of the other things come up and equity stop, and it just starts gaining momentum. So I think it is a buy and hold on gold.
Okay. Next, we have this question from Kamlesh. He says, Gaurav sir, can you please help me with a long-term view on Havels? I have this stock in my portfolio. I bought it at 1400 levels and I want to know what is the future outlook on Havels. It's
There are two
interesting because he's
companies which
asking
are,
this question yeah, at the brink of summers coming in and a lot of demand that comes in for Havels fans, air conditioners and all of those things then.
yes, absolutely. So, Sakshi, I was saying that there are two companies which are very trading in neck to neck, the erstwhile competitors, Havels and Polycab.
Okay.
So, in some of the quarters, it is Havels taking the lead, and in the others, the Polycab takes the lead. So, from an investment standpoint, both are equally good. I'll suggest him to divide his capital and buy both of them, so that you
Okay.
can get the flavor of both these stocks.
Okay. Let's take another question as well. This one is from Mr. Bharadwaj. He says, can I buy Stallion fluorochemicals at the current price? And if not, then what could be the entry price for Stallion fluorochemicals if I have a long-term view on this one? Let me quickly look at Stallion India fluorochemicals currently. Would you have the price in front of you? I do not seem to be getting it on my system yet. You
Yeah,
track this? Yeah. Okay.
we don't track it, but I do have the price. It is at the 5% lower freeze, trading at 1 to 1.97. It is a clear-cut avoid with a very simple reason, because this stock is continuously hitting lower lows from as high as 360 odd levels. I'll advise the viewer to avoid this stock.
Please avoid this stock. That's the clear view that Mr. Bharadwaj is coming in from Gaurav. You can definitely look at a lot of stocks that he's already advising on the show and of his own choice, which he will be also sharing in a bit. You could choose some stocks there. Taking the next question then, this one is from Yadav, Mr. Yadav. He says, I want to know about M&M Finance. What is your view on this share and can this stock be added for medium to long term?
We are bullish on the NBFC pack as a whole. We also are bullish on Mahindra and Mahindra Finance for that matter. It is a good stock to add to your portfolio. You can even consider buying the stock at the current levels and maintain at least a 6 to 8 months plus kind of a view. And I see the stock, trading beyond 425, 440 odd levels in that time frame.
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Aman. He says he wants a view on Vikran Engineering. Can he buy this stock? Now, today, Vikran Engineering as a stock is up by about 5.5%. But if you look at the 1 month chart, maybe even 6 months, 1 year, in all these parameters, it has been trending lower. So let's find out whether it makes sense to buy Vikran Engineering at the current levels. What would you say, Gauravji?
We do not track this stock, so I don't know the real business of this company and the past
Okay.
performance. But what I can see from the charts is very rightly, Sakshi, you pointed out, it is just trading with a negative bias from quite some
Yeah.
time now, hitting lower lows. From even 100 levels to currently at 70. I think it is best to avoid this stock. There are a lot of other stocks in the markets who are consistently performing. They have a good track record. We know and understand the management, and they have been in the industry from many decades.
Okay, fair point. Vinita Gupta asks the next question. She's joining in on our YouTube. Says, good afternoon to you, Gaurav sir and Sakshi. Good afternoon to you as well, Vinita. The question she has is on Bharat Forge and wants to know, can I book my profits here or continue to hold? She's not given the levels at which she bought it, so we do not know what is the quantum of the profit that she's made already. But she says that she's in profit. So what would you advise looking at the charts?
I'll advise her to hold on the position with a trailing stop at 1750. This stock has witnessed a very stellar up move, very smart up move from 1450 to close to 1900 odd levels today. So better to hold on. This momentum is likely to continue. Take a stop at 1750. Keep trailing the stop loss with every rise.
Okay, I have an interesting one from Reena from Mumbai. She says, I have remained invested in all major large cap IT names for over 5 years now in my portfolio, which I have profited substantially from my entry also. But under the current scenario, what will be your recommendation to continue to buy, to sell the stocks that I have, or to hold on? I am still a long term investor. So she's held on for 5 years, made a good amount of profits on the large cap IT space, but now wants to know what should be the future strategy.
Firstly, this is very good to know that and talk to an investor who has bought good quality stocks, held them for many years, and multiplied their wealth. Again, I'll stick with that. These are certain headwinds. They will pass by. These companies will find a solution to the existing issues, and they will certainly bounce back. So, if you have spare cash left in your pocket, go ahead and buy them. These are
Okay,
the
got
creams
that.
of the market. They won't lay low.
Okay, so there is no fear that these companies will shut down because of AI. Nothing of that sort is happening. You can still
Absolutely
go ahead.
not.
Okay, fine. So I hope, Reena, this has answered your question. Next, we have Prashant Kumar Jha from Patna, Bihar, asking, saying, Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Prashant ji. How are you? He says, I have 500 shares of Silver Line Technologies. I bought at 11.65 levels. I want to hold it for 6 months. Is it the right decision, or should I exit from this stock? I'm not sure if Gaurav would track this because it's a very low price stock, but we'll still try to pull up the chart in case it's no, it's only I think a BSE listed one, so we won't be
Yes,
able to
that's a
show that
BSE
to you.
only script, so I
Yeah.
won't be able to comment on
Yeah,
that.
it
Not even
only moves
chance.
circuit to circuit. It's definitely moved to 175% in the past 1 month, and you bought it at 11.65, so you are actually making a good amount of profit at the current levels. It's almost doubled your money. So congratulations, even in a penny stock, you've managed to get it. But I would, like Gaurav has also said, this is a BSE listed company. He won't be able to advise. But a stock that moves circuit to circuit, it also, leads to sometimes, trapping your money because you don't find an exit when the stock also comes down or falls as well, because it follows the same pattern of coming down until and unless it's really backed by good fundamentals and technicals that support the move. So, I would advise you to please speak to your financial advisor. In case you've already made a lot of profits, look for an exit point, at least save your profits, whatever you've made. That would be the sane advice at this point in time. Let's take the next question, and this one is from Basavaraj from Bangalore. He says, I have purchased alkylamines in my portfolio, 150 shares at 1614, and I'm incurring a loss right now. So I want to know, is it a good idea to continue to accumulate at this level or exit with the loss that I have? What would you advise? I am a long-term investor, so no problem in holding on as well, in case it is advised to be so too.
I'll advise him to book his positions. Even from a long-term perspective, the stock is just hitting lower lows, and
Yeah.
from 4,500 to currently at 1476. Better to exit your position.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered your question. All right, towards the end, could you help, Gaurav, giving us a sense of your own top choice of stocks, any key sectors or key stock ideas that have come afresh onto your radar as well?
Auto still remains, Sakshi, a very sweeter spot. TVS Motors is one stock which is trading at the lifetime highs. I still see that a lot of steam is still left in the stock. So any decline from here on should be utilized to take fresh entry even at current levels. This is a good stock. It hasn't performed and accelerated in the recent past. Therefore, I believe that some good momentum can be seen in the coming weeks to months in this particular space. Apart from this, many of the hospital stocks are at a very attractive price. Fortis is looking very attractive. It is just trading close to its important moving average support level and bouncing back. So 950 is the stock where it is quoting at. One can take a stop at 875 and look for targets close to 1100 in this particular. So these are the two stocks one can eye at. Again, PSU banks, NBFCs, we remain completely bullish on these space.
Okay, I hope this has also helped you understand a clear view there. Taking the next question, this is from Ashish Chakravarti. He says, I have 100 shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank at 431. Can you suggest a 6 months view with a target and stop loss on this one? From the banking space, Kotak Mahindra Bank, what's your current view here? 423 currently. We've seen, Kotak Mahindra Bank not really have the brightest of the times in the last 1.5 years odd. But what's your future expectation here?
Yes, Sakshi, you have very rightly mentioned. In the past 1.5 year, this stock has not performed as much as others have did. Rather, for a little longer time frame, also since 2021, it has been trading in a narrow range of 320 on the downside. Higher size, it was just about 420, the 100 points range. It went past this range, but again, nothing much has happened. Again, it is stuck in a higher range of 380 to 440 odd levels. So till the point it is trading within this range, I think this sideways consolidation will continue. It has to surpass and sustain above 460 levels. Then only a fresh up move towards 500, 520 zones can be expected. Otherwise, it is better to avoid and look at some other spaces from the private banking space. Some of the smaller names are doing extremely good. Something like a City Union Bank, Karur Vysya Bank, they are doing good. One can even consider those stocks. Apart from them, the larger ones, even ICICI Bank is also at a good place, so that can also be considered.
Okay. Next, we have a question from Arpan from Kolkata. He says, Gaurav sir, will truly appreciate your thoughts about L&T at the current levels. If you could also advise any profitable target levels in the long term, I would be highly grateful. This is Arpan from Kolkata.
Firstly, I'd like to share a disclaimer here. We have a buy rating on L&T. We have released a report last year, so our clients can have position in this stock. You can buy L&T with a long-term target somewhere close to 46 to 4800. Although our target was 4350, but I am expecting that targets to be exceeded because continuously. L&T is able to post good numbers. We are tracking it on quarter basis. Every new development, this is consistently getting contracts and getting delivered in time as well. Therefore, we see a bright future ahead.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also truly helped you out. We'll squeeze in one more question. And this one is from one of our viewers, Vishwas from Bangalore. He wants to know about KPI Green Energy, buying price of 457. And he wants to know what should he do? Should he sell or hold? And what exactly would your viewpoint be for the medium term? KPI Green Energy bought at 457.
Currently, the stock is trading at 383, so reasonable loss our viewer is having. The company is posting decent numbers from the past couple of quarters, but the same is not reflected in its price movement. It is better he should hold on to a position. From a trading standpoint, I'll still advise them to take a stop at 325. If that is taken out, simply you can think that it was a bad pick. Otherwise, the stock is performing reasonably well, but the market is not giving that kind of a premium to the stock as far as numbers are concerned.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also answered your question well. All right, Gaurav, we'll thank you then for being with us on the program and for sharing all your views with us, your insights on the markets, and of course for solving all the questions of our viewers as well. Good to have you with us. Stay tuned, and of course we'll get back in touch with you for another edition on Daily Calls as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sakshi. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, let's look at the markets. 25,434, about 0.9% lower in trade. We've drifted lower to the low point of the day, but let's see how things really pan out. But we also have another guest now joining in the second segment, Ruchi Jain, Vice President, Head of Equity, Technical Research, Wealth Management at Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Now with us. Hi, Ruchit. Warm welcome. Good afternoon. What's the sense that you have in the markets? What are you doing in this absolute volatile or maybe range-bound trade that we are witnessing for many days now? What exactly is the best strategy to follow?
So actually, if you look at last, I think couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, markets have actually gone through a time-wise corrective phase. A lot of events, whether at the start of this month, be it budget or that India-US trade deal would happen, no, but post all these events were over, we witness a market slipping into a consolidation phase. So whenever we see dip towards the 25,350, 400 mark, we are witnessing buying interest over there. But on the higher side, we are not able to surpass 25,750, followed by 26,000, which are the immediate hurdles. So this clearly indicates that we are in a phase of a time-wise correction as far as indices are concerned. So no, we do not expect any directional move happening in the market immediately, maybe in the first half as well, first half of the March month as well. So I think in this entire consolidation, what we have observed is more of a sectoral play or a sectoral rotation which is going on. We can see a good trended up move that has already been seen in PSU banks. Now some other sectors such as pharma, metals, especially steel stocks within the metal space, are witnessing good momentum. So I think in such markets, traders should focus more on sectors and stocks which are showing relative strength rather than expecting any big movement on the index on the either side.
Okay. Richard, we have a lot of questions coming in, so we'll straight away dive right in. We have this question from Srikanth from Bangalore. He wants to know from you on BEL, Bharat Electronics, bought at 150. He's a long-term investor and he wants to see the stock hitting 1,000. Is it possible over the next 2 years? Of course, he is sitting on profits. He got an entry at 150, so many congratulations to you first, Srikanth, for getting such an early entry into a stock that has really performed well within the defense pack. At 445 right now, you're hoping that this more than doubles in the next 2 years. Richard, do you see that happening?
Difficult to time exactly whether it could happen in next 2 years, but definitely it can happen and over a few years. So I think the overall trend for the stock still continues to remain positive. And one good thing is that if you look at last 6 months, the entire defense space has gone through a corrective phase. Prices, you look at stocks such as Mazgaon Dock or even HAL or BDL, BEML, any defense stocks if you name, all the stocks have gone through a good price-wise corrective phase, not only time-wise but also price-wise corrective phase. But within the entire defense space, BEL has been one stock which has not seen any kind of price-wise correction. So when the sector has gone through a corrective phase, the stock has relatively not seen any kind of price-wise correction, which shows the real up move starts. We could then expect a good outperformance from BEL. So definitely 2.5 years or maybe maximum 3 years, you can expect your targets of around 1,000 getting hit. So as of now, until we see any kind of trend reversal sign, since your buying price is also quite low, so you have a good margin of safety, so continue to hold on the positions.
Okay, noted. Taking the next question, this is Tanmay from Ahmedabad. He says, I am feeling stuck in cement. I have Orient Cement and ACC both in my portfolio, and both I believe are going to be acquired by Ambuja Cement. So I don't know what should I be doing. Should I wait for the merger, or I don't want to book my losses as of now. I'm passionate about cement. What would you advise? Orient Cement I have at 234, ACC at 1960.
So if you look at the sectoral trend, if you're asking, no doubt, you should invest in cement, selective cement stocks at current levels. But if you look at the stocks, then both the stocks, Orient as well as ACC, have been underperforming stocks. So you can see that there are no signs of this underperformance coming to end or any kind of trended phase coming in. So definitely, I won't advise to average out anything over here. But within the cement space, I think one of the strongest stocks or the leadership where it would come whenever the cement, as a sector witnesses a move, would come from stocks such as Ultratech Cement. So my preference is more with Ultratech Cement rather than stocks such as ACC. So you can take a call, any kind of pullback moves. You can look to exit somewhere and shift to Ultratech Cement if you want to stay within the cement space.
Okay. Taking the next question now. This one is from one of our viewers. We have a lot of our viewers joining in on our WhatsApp and YouTube both. Lavisha from Jalandhar says, I want to know about delivery. I bought this stock at 430. What is the target that you can expect on this one? Delivery, we do know, has had a very volatile past. For many quarters, it was not performing in the earnings also. It's just the last quarter where earnings showed some promise and therefore the stock improved a bit at 441 currently. And she bought it at 430. So the good part is that slightly in profits right now. What is the outlook?
I would suggest to have more of a positional view for the stock and continue to hold on. In the short term, do not expect any no big trended phases in the stock. The stock has resisted twice around that 490, 500 range. If you look at historical past, then February 2024, the stock made a high of around 488 and from that corrected right up to 240. Again, after that, the stock witnessed a pullback move, and in September 2025, the stock made a high of around 489. So 490, you can see whether it's February or September in this entire last calendar year, the stock has resisted over there. So until we see a breakout above 500 levels, positionally we wouldn't see any kind of big uptrends in the stock. But yes, as you mentioned that the recent quarterly results were good. So the price wise also 380 has been seen as a good support base. So downside seems to be limited. So I think the stock would go through some sort of consolidation phase for next couple of months. And if next quarterly results also turn out to be better than estimates, then we could see the stock breaking out above that resistance.
Okay. Let's take the next question. This one is from Mr. Joshi. He says, Hi Ruchit sir, can you give me a view on AWL Agri Business? I have 40 shares at 338. What should I be doing now? Should I hold on or sell or average my position? What would you advise?
See, when you are in deep losses after you buy the stock, there is clear a hint that either the fundamentals are not good for the stock or at least the trend for the stock is not positive if I talk in the technical terms. And when you are averaging any stock, do not forget you are investing fresh money, right? So just do not think from a perspective that if you have bought a stock at 300 rupees, you average it, you buy more at 200 rupees, then your buy price only will come down. It's not only the buy price which would come down, but your fresh money would be invested and your quantity would get doubled. So if that underperformance continues, then you would get a hit on your double amount which you have invested. So I never advise investing in such stocks where the view is not positive. Yeah, if you have a positive view and the stock is corrected, then certainly averaging should be done. Otherwise, as of now, no positive signs are there in AWL Agri. So avoid any averaging over here. In between, if you get any kind of pullback moves, it's better to book losses and exit from this step. The amount that you want to average, I think that amount you should look from a fresh perspective where you could invest so that the losses from this stock could be covered.
Okay, let's take the next question. This one is from Vinod. He wants to know from you, can he increase his allocation in TBO Tech? He has a 2 to 3 year time horizon and he is sitting on about a 70% profit on this one. So congratulations to you, Vinod, on the profits there. But he wants to know, should he book his profits or should he continue to hold on or increase his allocation in TBO Tech?
So I think in current levels, he need not do anything which is with his positions, nor add any fresh, new positions over here. The stock of late, along with the markets, the stock has corrected from the highs, and there are no signs of any kind of trend reversal again. So until we see some positive signs on the price volume action, better not to average more. But yes, can hold your existing long positions as it is.
Okay. Let's take the next one. This one is from Namish. He says, I'm a big fan of Business Today. Thank you so much, Namish, for writing in. He wants to now know from you on ABSL AMC, Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. How would you really look at this stock? Is there a fresh entry that you would advise here?
It looks positive from medium-term perspective. The stock has seen a good price volume action in last 1 month. So any kind of decline towards 870, 880 should be used as a buying opportunity. If you already have some existing positions, then continue to hold on your long positions.
Okay. Let's take the next one. This one is from Suman. She wants to know about Voltas. Voltas का इन्होंने फ्यूचर लिया है 1543 का. कोई और डिटेल्स तो शेयर नहीं किए हैं पर टारगेट आपसे पूछना चाहती हैं.
सो अभी फिलहाल होल्ड कर सकते हैं. कैश लेवल पे जो 20 डेमा है स्टॉक का, जनरली शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेंड अगर मोमेंटम पॉजिटिव होता है तो इट शुड रिमेन अबाउट 20 डेमा. वो 1490 पे है. So I'm giving you cash levels. You accordingly you watch out the cash levels and manage your positions in the futures. So keep a stop loss below 1490 and continue to hold on. If 1490 remains intact, then you can expect an up move towards 1600, 1610.
ओके, नेक्स्ट कल्पेश कचरिया का एक सवाल है, मुंबई से हैं ये, और ये शॉर्ट सेल इन्होंने किया मार्च एक्सपायरी के लिए रेलवे सेक्टर के ऊपर एज अ बास्केट। आरवीएनएल, कॉनकॉर, आईआरएफसी जैसे शेयर्स में इन्होंने शॉर्ट सेल किया है। अब आपसे जानना चाहते हैं मार्च एक्सपायरी के लिए इसके ऊपर क्या व्यू है आपका?
फिलहाल तो पिछले कुछ समय का ट्रेंड रेलवे स्टॉक्स के लिए नेगेटिव ही रहा है। अभी भी कोई ट्रेंड रिवर्सल के साइंस है नहीं। सिर्फ इनमें से जो ग्रीन शूट नो कोई है तो वो आरवीएनएल है, बिकॉज स्टॉक बार बार नीचे 300 के आसपास एक सपोर्ट बेस बना रहा है। चाहे आप अगस्त 2025 देखो तो 300 का लो था, देन अगेन दिसंबर 2025 देखो तो 300 का लो था, फरवरी 2026 इस महीने में भी 303 का लो है। तो ये 300 रुपया थोड़ा एक इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट स्टॉक के लिए बना है। हालांकि ये बड़े कुछ अप ट्रेंड में नहीं है स्टॉक, तो अगर आपने एज अ बास्केट अप्रोच लिया है तो फिलहाल क्योंकि ट्रेंड इतना पॉजिटिव नहीं आता तो आप होल्ड कर सकते हो, बट एक मोनेटरी स्टॉप लॉस जरूर रखिएगा, क्योंकि रेलवेज एज अ थीम अगर आप देखेंगे तो काफी वॉलेटाइल है। नहीं यानी कि अगर कोई स्टॉक ऊपर जाते हैं तो इनको टाइम नहीं लगता है 4-5% एक ही दिन में अप मूव देने का। सो ऐसे कुछ भी नो कॉन्ट्रा मूव्स अगर आपको दिखते हैं सो मोनेटरी स्टॉप लॉसेस उसमें जरूर रखिएगा।
ओके, ऋषिकेश का नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, ये पॉलीकैब में एंटर करना चाहते हैं, क्या ये सही समय है? और एक टारगेट आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं 1 साल के लिए, टारगेट स्टॉप लॉस दोनों अगर आप शेयर कर पाएँ।
सो एक स्टैगर्ड मैनर में मैं कहूंगा कि बाइंग कीजिए। रिसेंटली स्टॉक ने अपने जो रेजिस्टेंस थे 79-30 के आसपास का रेजिस्टेंस था उसके ऊपर ब्रेकआउट दिया है। अब उसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी 400-500 पॉइंट का मूव आ चुका है। सो मे बी आप कुछ क्वांटिटी अभी बाय कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है, और इनकेस नियर फ्यूचर में कुछ वापस डिप आता है, ये 8000-7950 जो प्रीवियस रेजिस्टेंस था वो सपोर्ट बन सकता है, तो वहां पे अगर मिलता है तो आप और पोजीशंस फिर ऐड कर सकते हैं। सो आई थिंक ऐसे स्ट्रेटेजी रख सकते हैं स्टॉक में। और थोड़े लॉन्ग टर्म के पर्सपेक्टिव से अगर हम कैलकुलेशंस करें तो 7000 टू 7800 की रेंज था ये ब्रेकआउट के पहले। सो 8600 अकॉर्डिंगली वो रेंज ब्रेकआउट के इमीडिएट शॉर्ट टर्म टारगेट्स आ रहे एंड 8800-8850 के मीडियम टर्म टारगेट्स आएंगे। सो ये टारगेट्स आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं, बट बिकॉज वो ब्रेकआउट के बाद 400-500 पॉइंट्स का मूव ऑलरेडी आ चुका है, so I would suggest whatever you want to buy 50% at current levels, and if you get any dip towards 8000 then add more over there.
Okay, Ajay from Noida now writes in and wants to know from you on PVR. Is it a good level to enter PVR right now? Could you suggest a target and stop loss here as well? We do know that multiplex shares have had a very rough run in the last couple of years since COVID up until recently, but last couple of quarters in this last entire year, we have seen some uptick in terms of positive lineup and people coming back, footfalls improving in the theatres as well. What is your thought on PVR Inox?
I think प्राइस वाइज हम ऑलरेडी पेन मोस्ट ऑफ द पेन शायद देख चुके हैं, बट स्टॉक में अभी भी साइंस नहीं है कि कोई अप ट्रेंड या बड़े रिटर्न्स आपको बनेंगे। सो मे बी एक टाइम वाइज करेक्शन या कंसोलिडेशन फेज के थ्रू स्टॉक अभी भी चल सकता है। सो एज ऑफ नाउ इतना कुछ पॉजिटिविटी स्टॉक में नजर नहीं आ रही है, सो आई वुड सजेस्ट टू कीप वेट एंड वॉच अप्रोच फॉर पीवीआर।
Okay. Let me take next question. This one is from one of our other viewers who's joining in on our YouTube as well. A lot of our viewers now are entering into a fresh conversation. So welcome to everybody who's joining in new as well. We have a question from one of our viewers, not shared the name, but Zaggle prepaid at 254. He's already bought. What is your view, Ruchit sir? He's asking.
Trend to negative, it's negative. We have recently seen that low top, low bottom structure. Any kind of pullback moves towards 20 DMA, which is around 255, 260, would again see face resistance over there. So I would suggest to keep a sell on rise approach and look pullback moves as an opportunity to exit from this.
Okay, got that. Taking the next question then. This one is from Satyan. This is the last question we'll take for the day. He has a question on Infrastock NCC. He says that he's sitting at a 31% loss here. What is the outlook on this one?
So already the stock prices have corrected and momentum readings are quite oversold. So these are not the prices where I think you should look to book losses. So as of now, I don't think you should do anything with your position. Continue to hold on positions. If you get any pullback move towards 165, 168 or around 170, take review again, because depending upon when the stock price goes up, if the volumes are good, then you can expect a bigger pullback move. Otherwise, around 168, 170 would be a good price range to take an exit. So hold on at current levels and review again around 168, 170.
Okay, and lastly, we'll take Richard your top choice of stocks also for the rest of our viewers who are watching and are looking for any top choice of stocks that can be entered at the current levels with your own research.
So we are going very selective in this market where more of a time-wise correction or consolidation is going on. I think pharma is one space which technically looks positive. We have recently seen a good consolidation already in this space. Last couple of tradings, the stock prices started moving higher with rising volumes. That too, within that space, more going with the large cap names such as Lupin and Sun Pharma. So I think the trend remains positive within the pharma space. Lupin, Sun Pharma, couple of names that we like from a trading perspective.
Okay, got that. Thank you so much then, Richard, for being with us on the show and for helping all our viewers out get a advice as well as an understanding of how to approach the markets with the right set of opportunities there. Many thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Sakshi.
All right, viewers, we'll wrap it up on that note. Thank you so much for being with us. Stay tuned. Much more coming up on your screens. Of course, I'll be joining you for the closing edition at 3 p.m. Stay tuned for that too.